Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show to recap the final of 3 games here on this NFL Thanksgiving. I'm not recapping the Friday game tomorrow. It's a shit show. Chiefs come blow out the Raiders. Packers beat the Dolphins 30-17. What's the knock on the Dolphins? In these cold environments, they can't win, and that narrative holds true tonight. They got dominated, really. Packers' defense was really good. Their offense really done enough in the first half. They were up 24-3 at halftime. Their offense was really moving down the field with ease. I mean, they scored 14 points in the first quarter, scored 10 in the second quarter. Jordan Love had a really good game. They were able to contain Josh Jacobs, really. He only had 43 yards, but Jordan Love only had 17 completions tonight. He threw 2 touchdowns. Jaden Reed's he only had 3 catches, 24 yards, but he had 2 touchdowns and had a 23-yard run. And they just couldn't stop it. And they stopped Josh Jacobs, but Jaden Reed had a 23-yard run, and Brooks and Wilson, even though 5 combined carries, had 48 yards. Like, overall, they didn't run the ball great, but the Dolphins really couldn't run the ball either. Packers still had 114 rushing yards. They didn't really run the ball that great. It's just the Dolphins didn't have a running game tonight. That's the thing. Mostert, 5 runs, 19 yards, 3.8 yards per carry. At Shane, 7 runs, 14 yards, and 2.0 yards per carry. They just didn't have a run game tonight, really. At one point, this game was 27-3. It's just, I guess the Dolphins, when it's below like 50 degrees, can't play. And I never thought, and I should have thought about that when I picked the Dolphins, that they were playing in the cold, but I didn't think about that until I'd picked them. So, yeah. But I want to talk about the Packers here. Their defense, man, last 4 games. Against the Lions, 17 points. Bears, 19 points. 49ers, 10 points. Dolphins, 17 points. And next week's going to be the real test. 17 versus Detroit is good the first time, but we'll see how they do the second time. That's going to be a really good matchup. 2 really good defenses, 2 good quarterbacks, 2 great teams, 2 teams that can win the NFC. What more can you ask for, man? But that Green Bay defense has been really good these last 4 games. And the Dolphins, going back to their side now. The Raiders beat the Patriots, and the Raiders and people thought they were back. I didn't think they were back. I said their schedule got easier, but I didn't automatically just say, oh yeah, they're back, they're going to have the playoffs. I said they have a chance to get back into contention. People said they were back. They played a good team in the Colts night and got smacked. I don't know if you can really blame Tui Tagovailoa. Because, I mean, the stats look good. 36 of 45 passing. 357 passing yards. 2 passing touchdowns. A 114.5 passer rating. I don't know. If I can say... I can't say he played bad, man. Like... I just don't think he's the problem. I mean, it was good with the stats, but it wasn't great. He missed some key throws that would have led to first half points. Like, he had some bad throws, especially near at the end of the half. Turnover and downs. Packers roll down, get 3 more points. He missed like 3 throws. But when you throw 45 times, you're going to miss 2 or 3 throws. I wouldn't put this game on him. He needs to play... It's like he needs to play perfect for the Dolphins to win, because the supporting cast does not help. Someone on defense gets injured every other play. And he was sacked 5 times. The offensive line wasn't great either. It was 37 of 46, 365. Him having to throw the ball 45 times tells you how the game went. Like, he wasn't the issue. The defense sucks. There was a ton of missed tackles. The offensive line just sucks. 5 sacks allowed. And the defensive line was terrible. Did they even get any pressure on Jordan Love? It didn't feel like they did. I don't think Tua is the problem. The O-line and the defense in the draft is what they need to get. enough of going with the old receivers, running backs. You got Devin a chain. You have Raheem Mostert. Use your running backs. And their defense misses too many tackles as well. Their offensive line gives up too much pressure. This team just isn't a good team. And some penalties as well, like pre-snap penalties. You can't have those penalties. And they just struggle to rush the football. That's just kind of my opinion, though. It was a cold night for the Dolphins, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean, know what I mean. Jonnu Smith. Yes, Jonnu Smith. The leading receiver tonight. 10 catches, 113 yards for Jonnu Smith. Crazy. There were some other key plays, I thought. There were some other key plays. Like, the biggest play of the game, two big plays that stick out is Malik Washington muffing a punt, and then the 4th and goal at the 1 yard line. Tyreek Hill and Jonnu Smith were both off the field. Jalen Waddle and Durham Smythe were the only eligible receivers in the end zone, and they were both clamped up. That was an awful job by Mike McDaniel in the moment. Isn't all on him though. There, the offensive line not being able to create enough movement to score from the one is another issue. This team just has too many flaws to be dangerous. It's just the harsh truth. The defense was bad, too many missed tackles, and outside the rough drive at the end of the first half, I thought Tua played good. And they just couldn't run the ball. And Malik Washington, another guy who's been a disaster. But yeah, the Packers had 115 rushing yards and good red zone play calling. Dolphins 39 rushing yards, poor red zone play calling. And Tua, I guess the Dolphins just as a whole don't play well in the cold. I mean, you can't blame this game on Tua. He tackled Aloya. Tyreek Hill, 6 catches, 83 yards. 1 touchdown for Tyreek Hill. A chain, 8 catches, 56 yards. 1 touchdown for Devin Chain. Waddle, 4 catches, 53 yards. Ingold and Mostert each had 2 catches, 15 yards. Beckham, 1 catch, 9 yards. Smythe, 1 catch, 8 yards. Malik Washington, 2 catches, 8 yards. He sucks, man. Like, I thought Malik Washington would be good out of Virginia, but this guy sucks. Julian Hill, 1 catch, 5 yards. They didn't get a single sack on Jordan Love. I don't even think they got any pressure on him, to be honest. But yeah, Dolphins dropped to 5-7. Jordan Love, 21 of 28, 274 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. 2 straight games without a turnover for Jordan Love and 4 touchdowns. And progress for Jordan Love. Josh Jacobs, 19 runs, 43 yards, 2.3 a carry. And 1 touchdown for Josh Jacobs. Jaden Reed, 1 run, 23 yards. Brooks, 3 runs, 28 yards, 9.3 a carry. And Emmanuel Wilson, 2 runs, 20 yards, and 10.0 yards per carry. Receiving, Tucker Kraft, 6 catches, 70 yards. Josh Jacobs had 4 catches, 74 yards. Christian Watson, 2 catches, 67 yards for him. Dontavian Wicks, 4 catches, 30 yards. Jaden Reed, 3 catches, 24 yards, had 2 touchdowns as well. Defensively, Quay Walker had a sack tonight. The defense, man. And 2 in a row, Quay Walker's played a really good game. Him and, I believe, Lucas Van Ness, and their defense was pretty good, I thought. Get to it. Xavier McKinney had a good game. And Nagbear had a sack. There's 2, 3. There's one from Lucas Van Ness, who's been a good piece of this team. Brenton Cox Jr., there's sack number 4. And Kenny Clark gets their sack number 5. They sacked 2 of 5 times. Dolphins had that big muffed punt. I think it was a muffed punt, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, muffed punt. which also hurt the moment at the start. But Jordan Love was great. The Packers were able to move down the field early, really put this game away. It felt like at halftime 24-3. Dolphins just don't have enough offense, man. Like, there's just way too many flaws with this team, in my opinion. But yeah, 30-17 Packers win, improved to 9-3. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. Probably the worst. This might be the worst out of the 3 Thanksgiving games, because this one was never really that close. It was like a 24-point game at one point. It's probably the worst out of the 3 games, but at least we had 3 NFL Thanksgiving games, and yeah, that's really all I say. So until next time, have a lot. Peace.